interesting. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
The other one, there used to be a song. It's not a song. I don't even. Oh, you know what? It's from the Flintstones. Never mind. From Glockenspiel. Okay, yeah. I think it's when Wilma went to go get a job, and one of
Oh
the
my.
sponsors was Glockenspiel.
His name was Glockenspiel?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Yeah, like the healthy housewife or something like that. She gets a job and she's on TV commercials. I don't remember. Something like that. And then one of the jingles was from Glockenspiel. Doesn't matter.
I stand here struggling, so
Yeah,
apologies,
yeah,
everybody.
oh, that's very good.
Um, okay, one second. I know we're live already, so apologies, everybody. Um, give me one second. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Captain's Quarters, the unofficial Star Trek rewatch podcast, where we are rewatching the entire Star Trek franchise starting at the beginning of the official chronology. My name is Gabe, and with my co-captain Jason, and we have watched all of Star Trek Enterprise and 2 seasons of Star Trek Discovery. We watched The Cage, and now Um, we're like almost done with Star Trek Strange New Worlds season 2. Today we're talking about Star Trek Strange New Worlds season 2, episode 7, called Those Old Scientists. And how's it going, Jason?
I'm doing good. How are you, buddy?
I'm really, really good. Really good.
It's been a
Yeah,
while. Uh,
it
Life has been
has.
pretty busy for the both of us, so yeah,
Super
it's good to be
busy.
back.
It's great to be back. Um, well, let's do the short synopsis via Memory Fandom, Memory
Let's do
Alpha.
it.
Sorry, I said that wrong. It's memoryalphafandom.com.
Let's do it. Warp one, engage.
All right. An accident while investigating a time portal sends ensigns Beckett Mariner and Bradward Boimler
Yeah.
through time from the 24th century, and Captain Pike and his crew must get them back where they belong before they can alter the timeline.
Yeah,
So we have a bit of a crossover episode
we do.
here,
Yeah.
a crossover with the animated Star Trek show called Lower Decks,
Mm-hmm.
which is a show I have not seen at all. I do not know anything about it.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know that it was 120 years in the future
Yeah. Yeah.
of Strange New Worlds until I saw this episode. I also didn't know that that actor was in it
They both are.
because yeah. So
Uh,
I believe that's Dennis Quaid's son.
it is Dennis Quaid's son. Yeah. Dennis
And
Quaid and Meg Ryan. That's correct.
yeah, and
Uh-huh.
so I know him because he's the star of a show called The Boys.
Okay. Okay.
Um, Jason, if you could stomach the violence of The Boys, you would
Yes.
love it.
Oh God.
You would love it.
Oh God. Like,
It is.
What kind
It
of
was
violence are we
amazing.
talking
Oh,
about?
dude. No, I couldn't even. If I described it, it would not do it justice for
Okay.
how
Okay.
gory and violent it is.
Okay. 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 See, I I don't know about you, but like all like young boys, like I could do it when I was 8, 9, 10. Loved, you know,
Mhm.
that stuff. Now, yeah, I get a little, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Easily the goriest, bloodiest,
Okay, okay, okay.
most violent show maybe ever created.
Oh boy.
And I don't feel like out of turn saying that.
Okay.
And and I think largely because the show kind of makes a mockery of, like, it's going to sound weird, but it's almost like comedic violence.
Sure.
Um,
Sure.
it's so gratuitous that it like transcends like any any reality as far as what someone would look like if they got shot. Like it's just like it kind of exaggerates the
Sure,
violence,
sure,
and
sure,
by
sure.
doing so, they make light of it, if that makes
Sure,
sense.
sure, sure. And that's and actually it's interesting because that's a lot of times the point. And when you make a mockery of it, you can take it
Yes,
that much further. Yeah, that totally
right.
makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it has that to it, that
Yeah.
thing. Other people have done it, but they've taken it to
Okay.
the nth degree.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
um, but besides that, it is an excellent show
Okay. Okay.
because
Yeah.
it deals with the shades of gray that you love,
Oh, sure, sure,
and
sure, 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 sure.
it just kind of flips the script on the whole superhero genre. And so there's this like, um,
It's a
it's
superhero?
a superhero show,
Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay.
and I believe it was made by Seth Rogen, if I'm not
Oh,
mistaken.
of course.
Um,
Of course it was.
but it's like nothing he's ever done.
Sure, sure, sure,
Um,
sure, 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 sure.
but
Well,
it,
didn't he do that Hollywood uh didn't he do that apocalyptic Hollywood movie with all the
oh
stars
yeah,
in it?
yeah,
And that like it had, like one of like James Franco get chopped in half accidentally or
yeah.
whatever the case
It's
might
like
be.
that.
Oh, okay.
It's like that where the violence is so extreme
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it becomes like not a big deal in a weird
Okay.
way.
All right,
Yeah.
that I can kind of stomach and handle a little bit, but yeah.
So imagine that scene, but
Yeah.
imagine an entire show based on
Okay,
that.
okay, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's not horrible. I could deal with that.
I'd say if you have Amazon Prime,
I do. We do. We do. We do.
I would say you should watch the first episode.
Okay. I will do that.
Yeah. And it's not one of those shows where it's like, oh, well, you have to get past a couple episodes, then it gets good. Like, no, I feel like it's good from
Right
the
off the
get-go,
bat. Oh,
and it
interesting.
stays
Oh,
good all
interesting.
the way through.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting. Interesting. It's because I don't, there's not much television. I mean, as you know, the television that I do watch is generally sports. So,
Yeah. Yeah. There's too much sports for you to watch to get into a
yeah.
new show.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Especially the World Series. Go Jays. Um, yeah.
Anyway, so that's who's in it. That's where I
Okay,
know him
okay,
from.
okay,
I don't
okay.
even know his name. What is his name? The actor? Quaid? Something Quaid?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jack Quaid, I think.
Jack Quaid. There you
Yeah,
go.
Jack Quaid.
Yeah.
And actually, this is a side note, but they actually do a really good job. They animate. Oh, you saw it. I mean, Boimler and Beckett
mm,
pretty much sort of in a lot of ways look like Jack Quaid and Tawny Newsome.
hmm Yeah, for sure. Um, well, So
Lower Decks
he
is a great I love that show. It's one of my yeah, it's one of my favorite Star Trek shows.
cool. And are we going to watch that one before or after TOS?
Oh, way after. Way,
Way
way
after.
after. This is
Oh, right. Sorry,
this
I
is
should have put that
beyond this is
together because it's
after
120 years in the future.
yeah, so
Yeah,
this is after TNG, this is after Next Generation. I TNG Next Gen. This is after Next Generation, this is after Deep Space Nine, and this is after Voyager.
you know why I asked that is because there's the animated show, um, the old school animated
Oh,
show.
yeah, the animated series. Yeah, no, that's a yeah,
Is that
that will
before
be
or after?
right after the original series
Good. Okay.
because basically a lot of fans, I don't know if a lot of fans, but me, I
Mhm.
consider the two seasons of the animated series to complete the 5 year mission of the original series.
Got it.
Even
Okay.
though it doesn't do it officially, I think it completes the 5 year mission.
Okay. Got it. Well, okay. Here's what's going on. There's a portal, and the Enterprise is going to deliver some grain. They're made aware of some Orion pirates. That's in the present time. In the future time, the lower decks crew is making scans of this portal, and as they're doing so, they are animated. That portion of the episode is drawn, is animated.
Yeah,
Um, they're I don't know if it's a camera or some kind of instrument lets off. I think he says photo radiation or something,
yeah,
and it activates the portal. So Jack Quaid gets sucked into the past and meets up with Pike and crew. And so because he is in Starfleet in the future, he knows all about these historical figures. He knows
mhm,
all about Spock and Pike and Uhura and everybody. And so he's like completely starstruck. And the thing is, when he gets sucked back in time, he's no longer animated. So he's live action. Um, so a lot of the episode is him sort of fangirling over Pike and everybody.
mhm,
And every little thing they do, he's like, he has like, Beatlemania or whatever. He's just like, oh my God, Spock just smiled. And, but he's also keeps it together enough to know that he could alter the timeline.
yeah.
And so they're all trying to be aware of that. So the episode is largely about trying to get him back to the future. And so
Dee,
um,
dee, 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 dee. Yep, sorry.
an Orion ship comes, they lock torpedoes on it, and then Jack Quaid is like, "Hey, sorry, hey, just so you know, I happen to know that this is a peaceful science Orion ship."
Yeah,
And they're like, "There's no Orion scientists." He's like, "Trust me, I work with the great granddaughter of a scientist on there."
yeah.
And he was right. And so they say, like the Orions transport the portal up to their ship. We find out they view trade as a sign of respect. So Pike trades the grain to them for the portal. They get to the portal. At one point, the other ensign gets travel comes back in time on her end. She had figured out how to activate it. She comes back, and you know, the
Mariner.
episode, yeah, the episode
Yeah.
is about them trying to get back to the future. And at one point, she remembers that Captain Archer's ship was made of a material that would be useful to activate the portal. And it was customary for when they build a new Enterprise to use a piece of the old Enterprise. So there's a piece of the NX-01 on this Enterprise, right?
Yeah.
Which is a 17? Or what's this one called? What is this in NX, what is if this
Oh,
if
so NX01, this one's NCC1701.
okay. So wait, say that again. What is this one?
NCC1701.
1701. Okay.
Yeah.
I almost got so 17 wasn't too far off.
No, 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 no.
Okay. So yeah, they find the old panel and they find the substance and they use that substance to activate the portal. They sort of make amends with their Orions, which was a thing
They do,
because
yeah.
like on the show Enterprise, when we met the Orions, they were always slavers and
Hmm.
pirates and everything. So them introducing that was, I think, also just a way to set up, like in the Lower Deck show, apparently there's an Orion on the show that
Yep.
is not a pirate, obviously, and is just a
Tendi,
regular,
yes.
yeah, just a
She's an
regular,
ensign like Beckett and like Mariner and Boimler.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that was pretty much it. They use it, they get back to their time, and apparently nothing was changed in the but we need to we're yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it, Jason. So
Yep.
first of all, how do you feel about them animating half the episode and then not animating the
I
other
loved
half?
it. I
Okay.
love that, I love that it was half animated and half. When they first announced that they were going to do a Lower Decks crossover with TNG, I was like, how's that going to work? I mean, all that kind of stuff. But to me, as a fan, this is going to be a totally biased opinion, but I loved it. I love that we started off the pre-credit sequence was the Cerritos, and then it was animated, and then the opening title sequence was animated in the style of Lower Decks. And then the end, even though it's a couple of scenes for Pike's birthday party, that they animated the Lower Decks, that they animated the Strange New Worlds crew.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. I loved it.
Yeah.
And actually, it would have been actually, I kind of was like, oh man, I wish they kind of would have animated. I'm glad they did an animated crossover, live action, but I would love to see an animated Star Trek Strange New Worlds episode. I think that would just be cool.
Hmm. I I agree it was fun. I It was a good episode. It seemed so forced. Like clearly they wanted to do
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
liked the idea of it, but I feel like everything else possibly suffered. Like the story
Yeah,
was like for instance, um if Beckett and Boimler had gone back in the past, wouldn't there be record of that in the future? So it's like it's not a closed loop, but if it's not a closed loop, does this mean we just created an alternate timeline? And
yeah, 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 yeah.
you know, you and I have had to navigate time travel episodes
Yes.
countless times at this point between all
Yeah,
these shows,
yeah, yeah.
and it's just so played out. And but in this instance, we have someone who's not aware because like when in Enterprise, when the temporal agents would come, they were always just aware of what was happening. Like, hey, I'm from the future. I'm here to tell
Yeah,
you this. And
yeah.
it was very like it was a concerted effort on their part. This was just like an accident, but it's like, well, if you didn't change the time, how was this not part of the past that you learned about? Because he knew everything about these characters, about these crewmen. So
Yeah.
how would this incident not also be in the record for him to know about later?
Yeah. No, it's true. No, yeah, it's absolutely true. And I don't
And
know the answer to that.
and
The
I
one thing,
yeah.
yeah. Go ahead. No, go
No,
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, well, you don't know the answer. I don't think anybody does, and I don't think they'll ever address it because they don't need to. And
No.
that's my point, is like they
Yeah.
just wanted to have a crossover, and this is the only
Yeah.
way to do it.
Yeah. The one I mean there was one thread was that Tendi, the
The Orion.
Orion their ensign, like in the first, I don't know, couple of minutes as they're walking towards the portal, like she was saying, "Oh yes, Orions were the first to discover it." And then they kind of resolved it at the end that, they had a very kind of tender moment between between Pike and the Orion captain saying, "Okay, you know, we need to use this. You're kind of in the way, but you let us use it. Orion scientists will be given the credit, you know, um, will be given the credit for discovering this portal." So that was kind of a cute little moment there.
Yeah, for sure.
And then, but okay, so the other thing too that I will say, and I don't want to give it like too much away in that it because Lower Decks is centers around the ensigns and the lower decks of the ship,
Hmm.
not the not the not the bridge crew, not the senior staff.
Hmm.
um I could also see that kind of being the way of like it doesn't draw the attention of like temporal investigations or whatever the case might be, that the Cerritos didn't officially, Captain Carol Beckett didn't, and her first officer, wasn't caught up in this. It was, an ensign. And it is an interesting way to be like, is this, something that happens elsewhere in Starfleet that, you know, um, in a couple events. Although I'm not entirely certain that a captain would give these kinds of missions to ensigns generally, but you never know.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's still a lot of fun.
yeah,
And it's such an and the other premise too is that the Cerritos is such an unimportant ship in the fleet that it's kind of like, you know, it's like one of those, tugboats out there, kind of doing small missions and stuff like that, even though it's a main show. But that's kind of the fun part. The other fun part is the Jerry O'Connell
yeah.
is the voice to the first officer on lower decks, who's
Nice.
married
To number one.
to number one. Is
Yep,
that right?
yep,
So yeah,
yeah. Rebecca Romaine.
yeah,
Um, John Stainless's ex-wife. Hmm.
right. Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah,
No,
so
I
that
didn't
is
know
also
that.
kind of
That's
fun. That's
cool.
why she has a more prominent kind of like, I shouldn't say more prominent, like kind of a deeper shout out than the fanboying. But she's
Interesting.
the poster.
Yeah. No, that's cool. I like that. Um, okay. So one thing that was cool was when they were talking about the NX-01 connection,
Yeah,
they were calling out our old crew, our,
yeah, mm-hmm,
Archer and Mayweather and Sato, and
yeah.
um
That
for
was
me
fun.
that was really cool. Especially like for this show, like when we started there, and I feel like we were probably so tuned in at the time because we didn't know what our format was going to be, so I think we probably overdid it. And as far as just like the deep dive analysis, and
Oh
like,
yeah, 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 yeah,
so
yeah,
to me, I feel like those characters, I know them so well. Just to
yeah,
hear their names, I was like, they're talking about the Enterprise crew.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. Sato knew 86 languages. I did 3 papers on her. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And I
exactly.
think, and I think in this episode, I kind of wanted to get to like talk to you more about. It wasn't about the show, but it was more about fanboying over,
Yeah,
you know, your reaction of like, you know, doing the biographical research on whomever it might be.
right, right.
So who would it be if you were to want to meet a hero like at a con or
Oh, I
Telluride
don't
Film
know.
Festival?
For some reason, the first one that pops in my head is Dr. Phlox. Um,
No, 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 no. Outside of the Star Trek universe.
oh, and
Yeah,
outside of Star Trek.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
anyone?
yeah. Anyone?
Oh,
Because
wow.
this was more of like, yes, this was more of like an anyone, even though they were in Starfleet. Just because
Yeah.
they were in Starfleet, they were, doesn't have to be a star.
Did they have to be an actor?
No,
Could they be like a creator, like a
sure,
director?
sure.
Oh, oh, dude, then I would go with
Who would you fanboy? Who would you want to meet? The
oh,
hero
dude.
or whatever that you would want to meet?
Yeah, for me it would be E.G. Aonuma, the series producer of Zelda. Yeah,
This,
Aonuma-san.
oh, okay, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. How old is he, by the way? I know
He's
the
he's probably like 60.
60s. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be
That would be okay.
number one for me.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Are there opportunities for fans?
No. No.
No, no. Okay.
No.
He doesn't do cons or he
Not
doesn't
really.
do Nintendo events or anything or Zelda events.
Yeah, they do those, but those are like insider only type things where it's like
Oh, got it.
serious gaming journalists and
Got
like
it.
other video game industry people. Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, I know people who have seen him walking around those events
Yeah.
and like stop to get a picture, but they don't like
Yeah.
meet him and talk to him.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Would you
So,
know like if you were walking down the street?
oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. 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 Not surprised.
Yeah. Without a doubt, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. What about
What would
you?
you whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. What would you ask him?
Yeah. Well, first of all, he doesn't speak English.
No, I know, I know, I know, I
So,
know, I know, I know.
if there wasn't a language barrier, um yeah, I'd have to ask him about the Zelda timeline.
Okay.
I'd have to just, you know, he's been asked before, but I would just give it one more shot.
Okay. And he's never said anything about it.
He's alluded to some stuff,
Okay. Okay.
but yeah, I feel like maybe one more question would get the right answer out of him.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Okay.
but yeah. Anyway, what about you?
Um, oh man. Uh, I'm gonna have to say Alexia Putellas.
She is a soccer player, I presume,
Yes. Yes.
for a team in Europe, or
Yes. Yes. FC
okay,
Barcelona.
I figured.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Either or Marie-Philippe Poulin.
Okay.
Yeah. Canadian
All
Canadian ice hockey player.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably to me the greatest uh yeah, one of the greatest hockey players ever. Yeah.
Okay.
And that is actually a I mean, you never know, but like because Seattle is on the next list is an expansion team for the PWHL this year, Montreal will visit, and it's not out of the realm of, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but yeah, I
Okay.
would pick those two. Yeah. But Alexia Putellas.
All right.
I mean,
Um,
I've met DT like twice already now too, so
yeah, yeah, yeah. Diana Taurasi.
yeah, uh-huh, yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Um, are are the is Alexia like hard to reach? Like if you were to go to a game or something, like
No, 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 no. It would just have to be, having to go back to Barcelona to a game.
okay,
Um, you know, footballers usually stay behind. Um, or you go there early. In football, there is a especially in women's football, they have a tendency to like, if you go uh when the bus gets there or after the game or whatever the case might be, a lot of players stay after and will sign stuff. So
okay,
so it's not, you know, it's just I just have to be, in Barcelona again or wherever the case might be. Yeah.
okay.
Not as hard as I'm sorry, what's his name?
Uh, it's it's spelled EIJI. So I always just say
Ooh, EG,
EG
AG,
EG
AG.
Al,
Yeah.
and his last name is Al Numa.
Okay.
Al
Okay.
Numa San.
Al Numa-san, sure.
Yeah,
Or AG-san.
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. I feel like you're probably due for a Europe trip soon. So,
Yeah, we're good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Uh-huh. Not with the shutdown, but yeah.
um, yeah, well, I don't know. Like this episode, again, I feel like it was fun. It
That's it.
was, it was this fanning out
Hmm.
about, Pike's crew. They made a big deal about how Spock was legendary for never smiling, and yet
Yeah.
in this episode, allegedly because of Nurse Chapel, he's in high spirits and he's smiling and stuff. But again, to me, it's like, well, are we dealing with the prime timeline then? Because if
I think we
Spock
are.
is over here smiling and stuff, like,
Yeah.
or
Well,
did we deviate?
I mean, yeah, in that sense, I would say that how history has a tendency to paint a person in a
Yeah,
very limited way, right?
totally, totally,
Especially 100 and I don't know, 40 years, I think it was 140 years. Like I equate that to be like a caricature of the actual person, right?
for sure, for
I
sure,
kind of see it the way like the way we look at President like Lincoln or especially
for
someone
sure.
that we don't have like video, audio,
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. We have this
right.
very idealized, sensationalized character of an actual person while we really understand that no, this person was a real person, complex, had you know, had a
Yeah,
personality, had faults, all that kind of stuff.
I like that. And then on that note too, they keep talking about Pike. In one regard, they're talking about him as if he doesn't suffer his terrible fate.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
But then this episode is his birthday, and Jack Quaid basically says, like, well, you never know if it's going to be your last birthday. And like, so at first I was like, wait, so is Pike going to live? But then I was like, oh, I guess he's not going to live. But again, I don't know if we're in the prime timeline because I feel like Pike has a chance of living now, but he can't live, right? He has to die, or he has to be maimed beyond
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And they flipped it. It was him being 1 year older than his father. That's why he didn't want the birthday party. And because they addressed it in the episode, right? He said, I had a very tenuous relationship with my father and never got to bury the hatchet. And he died. And this is my first birthday that I'm now a year older than he. What would I say to him? What would we talk
Yeah.
about? I wish we had one more conversation. And Boimler, in Boimler's credit, switches it right back on the captain and goes, yeah, and so something may happen to you as you were talking about. How many more birthdays are you going to have with your friends?
Right.
Which is totally, yeah. There, there's also, there's also a lot of like character. The one thing that it's hard to talk about this episode too is that how well of a job, and I know it's, writers from two different shows and they, you know, um,
Hmm.
can still do that.
Hmm.
But it is still amazing to me how well they were able to write Boimler and Mariners, like keep them as their animated self and yet still be, yeah, it's weird, but yeah, and I don't want to get into it because we'll get there. Uh, when we watch Lower Deck.
10 years from now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So
Okay. Yeah.
there's just a lot of lighthearted like moments. And I know it's not a throwback because they were still doing it at the time, but it's, there are a lot of character cues from Brad Boimler and the animated Brad Boimler and animated uh, Mariner Beckett.
Okay. Well, the Pike thing is very interesting to me. His fate, like the show does a very good job of convincing you that he's going to escape his fate.
Yeah.
At least for me, that's the feeling that I get.
Okay. Yep.
Um, but yet, in order to remain in this prime timeline, he can't.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
then it would just completely retcon the original series. So,
Yeah.
um, so the only other thing I had was the episode's name, Those Old Scientists.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I
What
feel
would
like
be
that
the
was
acronym?
well, yeah, like the original series, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that had me curious. Like in Lower Decks, like do they call it the TOS era? Like it sounded like an acronym that he had established maybe in the show. And so
Yes. Yeah.
um I don't know, seems
They
like
do
an
not
inside
call it
joke.
the original. Yeah, no, it isn't. It is an inside joke. They do not call it. They call it they've used a couple of like terms like the classic era, or those old science. Yeah, that is totally a Boimler thing for sure.
Okay.
And it was kind of a cute way to call it the originals. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Um so the only other thing I was going to ask you, and I guess it doesn't matter. I was going to ask the
Of course it does.
well, the engineer, the one who's like thousands of years old.
Pelia, yeah.
tell you, the quote that she gave, was that a real quote from something? The one where it's like, I dreamed I was someone who I admired, and
Oh,
then
yeah. You know what? It sounded very familiar and I was gonna look it up, but then I forgot. Um,
same. That's what happened with me too.
and
So,
I kind of figured that was an amalgamation of a quote from somebody.
okay.
Or because it did sound very familiar.
Hmm.
And I was like, is that Robbie Burns or is that Samuel Beckett or is that, so and so? Um, and I just forgot
Well,
to look it up.
well, if someone in the comments knows, just put it in the comments. We would
Yeah,
appreciate it.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, anything else with this episode?
There was one small thing. I love that they continue. I don't know if they still do it now, but they did it in the past that yes, they would take if they were able to, if they decommissioned a ship way back when, they
Hmm.
would take an original wood board um from the original ship, like
Yeah,
Constitution or Independence or Freedom or whatever, Enterprise,
sure.
Hornet back in the day. And they
Yeah.
would use a little piece to the next
Really?
ship that was named Enterprise, Hornet, Nimitz, whatever. Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
No.
Yeah, that's yeah. I love that. I love that there are naval traditions or yeah,
Yeah.
naval traditions in this case that are still carried on.
Very cool. I like that.
And I think they even did it with the space capsules back in the day. Like the ones that return um Gemini, Apollo. Um I think they would do that as well. I'm not sure.
Huh. That seems like a bad idea.
Well, you never know.
Stakes are so high. The precision needs to be just as high as it gets. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, what would you rate this episode?
Oh, um, I, it's hard because it's fun. It was fun, but as we're
Yeah,
alluding to, I mean, as we've been talking about it, it didn't add,
right.
subtract.
Hmm.
So I'm really just going purely on like, and this is what Strange New Worlds does. This is much more of a commentary on the idea. Um, I would give it I would give it 4 pips. But
Okay.
again, it's a captain. I think it's a captain's episode, but not because of my usual, oh, we learned lessons in humanity and that you can apply this from history or whatever the case may be.
Right.
And it talks about
Right.
racism or xenophobia or whatever. Um, this was just pure fun. All of the throwback things from Lower Decks to Strange New Worlds, and it was an interesting idea and experiment that, you know, the stakes weren't high, so why not?
Yeah,
It was
100%.
different, and that's why, and it worked. I think it worked in many respects.
Yeah, agreed.
What about
I thought
you?
it was, yeah, agreed. I thought it was very fun, very well acted. The humor was spot on. I just could not like mentally get past the like just the idea that this clearly they started with, hey, we want to do a crossover, and then they
Yeah,
backed into that desire,
yeah,
and um it was just so obvious in the episode that that's all that was really going on
yeah,
was the desire to have a crossover.
yeah.
And so of course they had to do time travel, and And so that part to me just took away from the rest of it. So yeah, for me it's like a B minus, B
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So
Totally.
I'm here for it. Occasionally it's fine, but I'm here for hardcore Star Trek. I'm here
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think it's because I think I'm probably getting a little bit softer these days as I get older. I'm like, that was fun. It was a new
yeah.
idea. It was different, you
Hmm.
know. And I like it when any show of mine takes a risk like that. And
Sure.
you know,
Yeah.
it didn't fall
No, I get
apart
it.
or anything, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, um, some Star Wars news. Did you
Oh,
hear that there
really?
was
Oh,
go No, not really news. Well, kind of news. There was like officially a confirmed Kylo Ren spin-off
yeah.
movie that was written and pre-production was like,
Yeah.
far along.
I totally forgot about that. I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
Allegedly, the guy who wrote it or the gal who wrote it, I don't even know, was the highest paid Star Wars writer to date. Like they
Yeah.
paid them money to write it, and
Yeah.
it was the most anyone had ever made writing it. And then I guess Bob killed it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not convinced that Ben Solo's still alive,
What are your
so he
thoughts
killed
about
it.
that? Yeah.
Um, I generally like Adam Driver. Um, him as the lead, I think could have been great. I'm also just, I just blindly consume anything Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
there's definitely that. Um, I do wish they would follow through with more things they've greenlit. You know, their batting average is horrible for announcing things and then it
Well,
never come to
yeah,
fruition.
that's true.
Um, I think more Star Wars movies would be a good thing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um, so in that regard, it's a bummer. But
Yeah.
I wasn't like dying for more Kylo Ren. Well, especially
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
let me rephrase that. Not for something after Rise of Skywalker. If they were to do a prequel or something to get more of the Knights of Ren or something
Sure.
like that, then that would have been cool. But
Sure.
um, I'm not sure where he goes after Rise of Skywalker. I don't know what the conflict is. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What about you?
I was disappointed. I honestly was disappointed. I would have liked to have seen that go into production and see what they would have turned out. Because from the snippets that I saw and heard, I was like, oh, that is kind of interesting. Like
Yeah.
the hunt for Ben Solo or
Mhm. Yeah.
Kylo Ren or whatever the case might be. I thought that was like, okay, that see when and I th and this is probably why when a when an actor is so invested in a character and wants to do a project selfishly because they obviously want more work or whatever the case might be, and that's a very pessimistic way of thinking and cynical way of thinking about it and viewing it, but
Hmm.
like I have a tendency to like really enjoy when that actor says, "Okay, I want to do a lone project about this character." Because a lot of times they're the ones, obviously, they're the ones who portray the actor, the portray the character. Um, that it has a lot more runway. and a lot more things and depth and layers that I was kind of sad. I was like, oh, yeah, I would have loved to seen that because, Adam Driver, Diego Luna, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, whomever you want to call it, whoever you want to talk about. If they were given like that opportunity, I think they could take it because there was essentially it's because they care, right? I think it's because they care and
Yeah,
that they could have developed a really interesting movie TV show.
right. Yeah, I think Andor is the perfect example of that.
I did not want to say Andor, but yes, Andor, because it is a high bar.
Yeah,
But yes,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, totally agree. So it's too bad.
yeah.
But and then other Star Wars news.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the stranger from the Acolyte was confirmed
Oh.
by the creator Leslie H. Um, People should know when I do this, I turn my internet off because I'm trying to boost the signal of
Yeah,
the
yeah,
feed,
yeah,
and so
yeah.
I can't Google things like I would like to. I was look up her name, but I can't look up her name.
Yeah.
Leslie something. She wrote something about the making of the Acolyte. I don't know if it was a book or something, but
Okay.
he wrote that the stranger um was the founder of the Knights of Ren. So remember his
Oh,
mask was very Knights of
Knights of
Ren-esque,
Ren. Yes, I remember. Yeah.
and people were speculating that he had a connection. Well, she's flat out saying that yes, in fact, he was the start of the Knights of Ren.
Interesting. So that means, okay, hang on. The Acolyte was pre-Empire, like
Yeah,
pre,
yeah.
right?
Pre-episode one.
Yeah, so we're talking quite a while. Like the Knights of
Yeah,
Ren actually go back
150
100
years or
years,
something.
100 plus years.
Yeah, 120, 130 years or
Oh,
something. Yeah,
okay. That's interesting. Okay, that's cool.
yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah. I thought it was cool.
That's cool. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's anything else. Yeah.
Uh, we were talking about Amazon Prime. I do want to shout out, if you haven't, this is not Star Wars, this is not Star Trek, but this is Spaceballs. If you haven't seen the documentary I Like Me about John Candy, highly
Oh,
recommend it.
is it on Prime?
It's on Prime. Yeah.
Okay, and you watched it.
Yeah, a bunch of
It's good?
times.
Really?
Yeah, I watched it like 3 or 4 times and cried every single
Wow.
time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he was
So
my favorite of all of them.
our listeners should know Jason has always been a John Candy fan.
Oh
Ever
yeah.
since I've known you,
Oh
you've
yeah.
been
Yeah.
steadfast in your John Candy fandom. So
Yeah. Oh yeah.
soon
Yeah.
as that was announced, I was like, oh man, this was made for Jason.
From his SCTV days, Second City, his John Hughes movies, yeah, all of it. Yeah.
I did not know that was on Prime. I'll
It's on
definitely have to
Prime.
check that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not as big a fan as you, but I
Sure.
love all his movies. I mean, I think he was hilarious.
Yeah.
So, one of a kind.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, that is on Amazon Prime, so I would highly recommend it.
Okay. Yeah, he's like one of the only ones I can think of where he's like 100% self-deprecating, but he's not a buffoon.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not like a Chris Farley
No.
or who I love too, but
Loved Chris Farley.
yeah,
He was Chris Farley. Did you know that he was supposed to be Shrek?
I did know that. Yeah.
Okay.
And actually
Yeah.
recorded
There is a
voiceover and
couple of
yeah.
seconds, and
Yeah.
boy, he would have been, yeah, he would have been amazing.
Yeah. Well, I will definitely check that out. I'm glad you let me know.
Yeah.
And then for me, next week, a new Zelda game comes out.
Oh,
So,
yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
anybody watching or listening to this who also consumes my Zelda content, I will definitely be creating some new
Do
videos.
you have it? Do you have your name attached to a copy already, or how does that work these days? Do you just download it?
Yeah. So here's how it works. You can download it over the internet, or you can buy a physical copy. I personally prefer the physical
The physical
copy,
copy, sure.
but the only reason I prefer it is because then you don't have to store the game on your system.
Right.
But the problem
Oh boy.
is that so the game will come out on Friday, um, which means if I want the physical copy, I'd have to go to Best Buy in the morning when they open,
Yeah.
buy the game, so on and so on. But I work on Friday.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So if you download it, you get
Thursday
it
night?
Thursday night.
Thursday night.
Yeah. And so
Midnight or
I
like 9 p.m.
usually like 9 p.m.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sure, 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 sure.
And there is a way where you can change your location to Australia
Oh, good God.
and you can get it like
Oh
way
my.
early.
What?
Yeah.
Of
I don't,
course you would.
yeah. I don't have the spine to do it because I've heard unconfirmed reports that if you do that and you get caught, they'll like suspend your account.
Sure, sure.
And I just cannot afford to have my account
Yeah,
suspended.
yeah, because you want to play the
But
game.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it's super tempting. Super, super
Of
tempting.
course you can. Oh
Yeah.
man. Of course people and when I say you, I mean the proverbial you, not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
you,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Of course people can. Oh my. Oh God.
So these are the first world problems that I'm
Yeah.
dealing with. It's like because the game is huge. It's 40 gigabytes. It's like
Oh, that is
42
a oh
gigabytes.
yeah, wow. That is a big game.
And so, you know,
Yeah.
do I really want to take up 42
Right,
gigabytes
right,
of
right,
my
right, right,
Nintendo
right.
Switch's memory?
Right, right, right. And
Um,
do you know if they're gonna like pull that crap on you and be like, "Oh, yeah, here's a version, but if you wait or like, or like months later
yeah,
they announce
yeah,
the legend pack and the collector
right,
the
right.
gold pack and
Yeah.
all that kind of
No,
stuff?" No.
they'll almost certainly do. They call it like DLC, like downloadable content. They'll almost
Oh,
certainly
okay.
do that
Okay.
months or a year later. Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty much a foregone conclusion. Yeah.
Okay. Does that include like a compendium too, like a booklet too?
Well, they'll do stuff
This
like
is how
that.
long I've not
Yeah.
played video games.
They'll do stuff like that, but those situations, like it's usually not anything lore related, and that's all I really care about. So
Oh, oh, interesting.
usually it's like artwork.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay. Because again, this is how long it has been for me since I've played that kind of video game. I remember
yeah,
back, you obviously remember back in the day they would like, oh, here's the gold pack, and here's the booklet that comes,
right, right.
that's
Yeah.
here's the
Mhm.
world and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't give a damn. Okay,
Yeah,
all
I
right.
I'm officially out of storage space for stuff like that. So,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
um
Wow, that's a big.
yeah, Tears of the Kingdom really with all the because I got the special edition for that and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right, right. I remember that.
it had like an art book and all kinds of stuff. So,
So what are you gonna
yeah.
do? Are you gonna wait until Friday after work?
No, I'm probably gonna cave and download it Thursday
You're gonna
night and stay up till like
can't.
4 in the morning. That's what I did when the
And then
Switch
you're
2
gonna go
edition
to
came out.
work on Friday?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, God.
yeah,
Oh man. Oh man. Oh
yeah.
boy.
So
So you've got a week left,
yeah, yep. And
or
I hope to have a
less than,
speculation video. Yeah, I hope.
less than.
Yeah, exactly.
Put another shrimp on
Right,
the bobby, mate.
right, mate. Yeah. Um, but I hope to get another speculation video out this weekend. So anybody listening or
There you go.
watching who cares, keep an eye out for that.
You should do that. Yes, listeners.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anything else, man?
No, I think we covered it. Go
Cool.
Jays.
Go Jays, huh? Ooh, man, I'm a big fan of Showtime. So I think I'm going Dodgers.
I mean, how could you not appreciate the talent that is Shohei Ohtani? But go Jays
All right. Um, do they play tonight? Do you know?
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Okay.
This
Game
work.
six tomorrow?
Yeah,
Okay.
this was a perfect night because last night, you know, if we didn't, I would have said no. I'm watching
Oh, got
the.
it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, cool.
Yeah, tomorrow back in Toronto.
Cool. All right, my man. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And everybody, thanks for listening and watching. We appreciate it. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Please follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you get podcasts. And follow us on X if you're still on there. And until next time, live long and prosper.
And may the Schwartz be with you.
See ya.
Oof.
Jason, have a good weekend, my
You
friend.
too. What are you guys doing?
Just trick or treating
Oh,
around the
okay.
neighborhood.
Okay. Anything
Yeah.
for like
And
Saturday, you
then
said?
Saturday, we're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
And then Sunday, I am also playing Dungeons and Dragons. So a lot of D&D this weekend.
You and Becky go both going
Oh yeah.
to your friend's house?
Yep.
Is
Yeah,
it
and
a
then I started hosting a game with my siblings. Yeah.
Oh, you've become a dungeon master.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
So
interesting.
so my siblings and I do a virtual one every other Sunday.
Okay.
So that's been a lot of fun.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah,
All right. Well, have fun playing D&D this weekend.
I will.